So here we're going to create a Pro Voice clone, and I'll show you the process using one of my own recordings. So the first thing is go to Voices and click on plus, and let's create a professional voice clone. There it is. There are lots of tips and tricks in which 11 Labs offer. The most important thing is that the recordings that you upload to create the Pro Voice clone are consistently high quality, consistently good, and quality is better than quantity here. So, do your best to remove any background noise and remove any other speakers. Make it the best quality you can. Minimum 10 minutes. And if you have 10 minutes of excellent quality recordings versus 30 minutes of average, then go for 10 minutes. So let's create a new clone. Go down here. More tips from 11 Labs, which are worth reading. And so I'm going to give my voice a name. So Richard Pro Voice, there it is. Language use, I am going to do it in English, but of course you have a whole bunch of languages in which your client can record their Pro Voice in. And the rule is really to try and record the Pro Voice in the language that is most important and potentially most used for your client. But of course, we've all experimented, and at the end of the day, whichever voice, whichever language your client prefers, that is the right one. Description, I don't normally add anything in there. With these labels, I do my best here. So mine is a British accent. This does seem to make a difference. And gender, I put there, male, and age, I put as middle-aged, sadly. So yeah, so not only is there British as an accent, but there are other kind of varieties. So Cockney, Geordie, RP, Scouse, Welsh, all sorts of ones. And interestingly, it's kind of for us living in the UK, and potentially for you folks in Australia and New Zealand, not all the accents are described, are available, and so that would be worth raising a ticket for 11 Labs support to just specify, well, can I ask for this accent or that accent? I'm going to stick with British. I don't think I'm Cockney or RP or whatever. I'll just stick with a generic one. Now I can choose two things here. I can do both of them together as well. I don't need to choose either one. The first is I can choose to record myself. My voice is unchanged, unimpaired, so I can choose record. Now I can record from my own script, or I can just talk without a script, or they offer a script for you to use. So here's English. Out of these three options, conversational, narrative, advertisement, I probably go for conversational because I would like my Pro Voice to be conversational in style. And there you have it. So you can read your way through that if you like, and that's fine. It will just record straight in there. Now it so happens that I have recorded myself separately reading a book for about half an hour, and did it in one sitting. And so I could upload that recording. I actually recorded into my phone, but it's in a very quiet environment, and it's good. It's a consistently good recording. So I will upload that. There's my 30-minute book reading file. I'll click on that and upload that. And while that's being uploaded, just say that you can upload many files all at the same time. I think 100 or more. But the most important thing is that it's the quality of the recordings. Only upload good quality recordings with minimal background noise, with no other speakers. And if it's an option between 10 minutes of excellent quality versus an hour of average quality, go for the 10 minutes. So you can record a whole bunch of different you can upload a whole bunch of different format files including video, which is great, but just make sure that the quality is good and actually ideally consistent between the files. So if some files are quieter than others, then try and find a way to normalize the volume between the files. Or if some files have noise and others don't, then try and remove the noise. Everything matters, unfortunately. So that's been uploaded, and let's go into the settings just to see if there's anything we can do here. So if you have tried to remove background noise, oh, look at this, eh? It's gone wrong. It's gone Pete Tong. Now this is a good opportunity actually to just see what happens when you are kind of creating a Pro Voice over multiple sessions. So many people don't do it all in one sitting, they just add files later on before creating. Now that means that you need to go back to the same Pro Voice, but it's not so intuitive. So I would initially have gone to Plus, I've got a Pro Voice, but no, I can't do that because it says there's already one. And so I can't access my existing Pro Voice there. So what I do is go to My Voices. There's my Richard Pro Voice. And I'll click on the three dots, go to Edit Voice. And I'm back there. So I suppose that was a blessing, really. So I'll go back into audio settings. Hopefully it won't go wrong. And here you've got background audio, background noise removal if you want, and that's quite nice. It's quite effective. I try my best to remove background audio outside of 11 Labs, but this is good as well, and you can trim audio as well. So I won't switch on because I know the audio is good. So we have two options now to verify the voice. All Pro Voices need to be verified. I'll go to next. And so the first option is that you can verify your voice by reading aloud a phrase which 11 Labs gives you, and it will compare your read voice recording with the recordings that you've uploaded, and if they match, then it will automatically create your Pro Voice. That's all very well for people whose voices have not changed since the original re-recordings, but of course for so many of our clients that's not the case. And so a really big step forward is that you can now go straight to manual verification if your clients or your voice has changed significantly since the recordings were made that you've uploaded. You do not need to raise a ticket anymore to get to the manual verification button. This process only works if your client has applied through the Impact program, as in not credit card, as in not the old coupons. So anyway, so go to manual verification, and then you have to upload 3 files. The first is some evidence of ID. It could be a photo of passport or a picture driving license, something like that. The second is some evidence of condition, and it just should mention the condition and the client's name. It could be a medical report, it could be an appointment, it could be something like that. And the third is a standard document from 11 Labs themselves that the client needs to digitally sign, or they could print it off and manually sign it and then scan it back in. and as part of the session I will attach that standard form and send it to you all, and that needs to be signed. The big rule here is that all 3 docs should be uploaded all at the same time with the request for verification. So upload all the files. If you want to put any supporting text, you can, but really it's the files that matter, and then click on request verification. And it will, if everything's in order, within a few hours the voice should start to be built. All right, I won't do that. I will skip.